Hey, in this video, Rick is going to show you how he took his cargo trailer that he used for work as a carpenter and turned it into a camper.
Last fall, we decided that it was time to gracefully retire, or at least semi-retire, and we decided to convert this over into a camper. For the last 50 years, I've been primarily tent camping, and so this whole experience was a little bit new to me. The cabinets were unfinished cabinets purchased from Home Depot, and I've got an LED light underneath of the cabinets so it can act as a reading light or an ambiance light in the evening when you don't want to have the overhead light on. The ceilings in here are actually made up of 1/4-inch plywood underlayment that was only about $13 a sheet, but it had such beautiful grain in it. Once I got it up, I decided I would varnish it. Originally, I was going to just paint it. Like I said, the bed is typical staggered slats. You lift the seat cushion up, pull it forward, cushion out, that cushion folds down. Now the foam panels were originally each 24 inches. So in order to make it feasible to have a low back like this, I cut 6 inches off of the one panel and taped it onto the other one before I built the cushions. The windows I bought from eBay, they are new windows rather than purchase used. Sharon's granddaughter made the curtains in the trailer. Kitchen area is something that I had envisioned for a long time if I were ever going to do one of these cargo conversions. I wanted to have a sink with hot and cold water, and we do have a water heater in the rear of the trailer. I've got a refrigerator and freezer with separate doors, and this looks a little rustic, but it's merely here to keep the microwave from sliding around when the trailer is being transported. Once we arrive at the site, that comes off and goes away because the microwave is not going to move anywhere. I've also got a television up here and a television antenna, and I just purchased a through wall jack to be able to put the antenna outside the trailer to get better reception. Up above, I've put pressure latches on these things so they want to stay tight, but I also use these bungee cords when we're traveling and just merely wrap them around the knobs on the tent door, and that was the purpose for installing some of these other baskets on the sidewalls of the trailer. Now it's easy to maintain it and get it whatever I'm looking for without having to push stuff around. In these upper cabinets and the lower cabinets, I went and bought some cheap battery operated lights from Five Below because sometimes in the evenings it's a little dark to see what you're looking for in here. So each of these cabinets has an interior light these shelves are something that I purchased after we used the trailer a couple times because it allows, I think, for more efficient use of the space to keep things organized, and it allows us to store a little bit more in these cabinets than what we were previously. Got the little baskets on the side that we picked up in one of the home decor stores. They just screw on the wall, but these are for odds and ends. This is what's typically called the garage of the trailer. In the back, we have the rear of the air conditioner. I've got a cabinet above, again with friction latches on it so that it stays closed, that we keep paper cups and paper plates back here for cooking. I put a shelf in here. Now where I'm parked right now, the ground behind the trailer is high, but on a normal site, the grade would be such that this is actually going to be at countertop height when I'm parked on a campsite. This is here. I have a tarp that attaches like an awning on the side of the trailer, and these are the poles that hold the outer side of it up. We've got our rack for spices and coffee and sugar. And here I have a propane water heater that will heat water for the sink. And we also have an outdoor shower. I still have some modifications to do here. Keep these doors supported at 90 degrees and allow for the hanging of a shower curtain. I've got a battery operated 12-volt electric pump here, so that if we're off grid, we can switch over and hook the pump up to the water connection and pump from water storage tanks underneath. Below I have a 12-volt battery which is connected to the lighting inside. All the lighting in the trailer is 12 volt, and the porch light for the trailer is 12 volt. But I also have a electric inverter that I can use here, hook up to the battery, and in a pinch we can use our electric coffee maker or a hot plate to cook with using battery power converted to 110 volt. There's what is normally an over-the-door shoe storage bag. I cut the bottom off of it and put it inside the trailer in one of the base cabinets inside the door, and these pockets now will get filled up with all the other little things that we decide to add as we go along. So quite often take our canoe or kayaks along with us. I added a rack space up here. It's strictly built out of 2x4s and some off-the-shelf framing hardware that you can buy in Home Depot or Lowe's. And I've wrapped everything with waterproof materials so that the 2x4s don't get soaked and swell up or start to rot. And there are little D-rings up there to attach web straps on. The trailer's a little high, so when we are hauling boats on the roof, we're going to have to bring one of our step ladders along with us. And there's space in behind the shelf in the rear to store that when we're traveling.
Rick and Sharon have lots more videos, so settle in and be sure to follow. Tell us where you are watching from.